Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lainey Goff, and this is your go-to place for online teachers who want to create a successful and profitable online teaching business. In today's video, we are going to talk all about ways that you should be marketing your online classes for Outschool or any other online teaching platform. If you are looking to expand your reach and increase your enrollments, then this video is for you. So if you're ready to master the marketing side of online teaching, then let's get into it. Now, before I jump in with all of the tips that I have for you on ways that you should market your online classes, let's talk about why it's important that you do market yourself if you are an online teacher with a platform such as Outschool, because Outschool takes 30% of what you make to go towards using their platform and for marketing. Outschool does a great job of marketing their classes. They work hard to promote and advertise for an array of different teachers and class topics, but you're not guaranteed a thing with Outschool's marketing. Outschool has tons of teachers on their platform, and so many that there's no way that they could market and advertise for every single teacher on the platform. So it's your job to pick up that slack. It's your job to make sure that you're at the top of the list of teachers whose classes are being advertised. And I'm going to show you today all of the tips and tricks that I have for getting that done. So the first tip for marketing your online classes is to utilize social media. And there are a lot of ways that we're going to dive deeper into this because there's a lot of social media platforms that you could be utilizing. The very first one that I'm going to talk about is my favorite, Instagram. Instagram has a huge online teaching community. There are so many online teachers on Instagram who really benefit from learning from other teachers. This is my absolute favorite because of the community that you build by joining the Instagram online teacher community. I myself have my own personal Instagram account, and then I also have an online teaching Instagram account, and I separate them for a reason. My online teaching account is strictly for that. It is for me to connect with other online teachers to build my brand and to build my business. By building connections on Instagram, you're able to do a lot of things. You're able to learn from other teachers, and you're able to show other teachers what you're offering. And maybe, just maybe, they could share with other teachers what they've learned from you. So that's expanding your reach. Or maybe they even have learners of their own in their own homes that your classes would be appropriate for. By creating a presence on Instagram, I have been able to drive traffic to my Outschool classes because there are a number of Outschool teachers who are also Outschool parents. And so I have been able to intrigue them with my own classes and fill a lot of my classes with those online teacher students. And then they become re-enrollments because their students like my classes so much. So don't discount being able to utilize that online teaching community because you'd be surprised at how many of them are not only Outschool teachers, but also Outschool parents. The other great thing about Instagram is that you're able to utilize hashtags to build other connections. Number one, hashtags allow you to be searchable when it comes to Outschool. If you use hashtags such as hashtag Outschool, hashtag Outschool teacher, hashtag Outschool classes, these things are all searchable. People search through hashtags on Instagram, and you, depending on how you market yourself on Instagram, could be one of the top teachers that they're able to see when they search these hashtags. This is something that I work hard to do as well. If you search any of these hashtags, I work very hard to make sure that I'm in the top 3 photos that come up on Instagram. And there's a reason for that because I want to drive traffic to my classes. And it's easier to do than you would think. But the very first thing that you have to do to get started is to start using those hashtags. Make yourself relevant. Using hashtags doesn't only have to be relevant to Outschool. You could also utilize hashtags to connect with homeschool families. By using hashtags that would be relevant to families who are looking for activities to do for the age range that you teach, you could really connect with them, spread the word about Outschool to bring in more learners in general, but also to your own classes. You could do it on interest-based things. Like maybe I could use hashtag preschool dinosaurs or hashtag preschoolers in space. And I would be able to drive traffic to my classes from people who searched those hashtags and discovered me and discovered Outschool and what I'm able to offer for their learners. So you could do this in so many ways. You could do this by utilizing the hashtag, something like hashtag preschool activities. If you're a teacher on Outschool and you teach the younger age children, you could do preschool activities. You could do hashtag preschool virtual learning. It doesn't have to be specific to your topic. You could do it to really expand your reach to an age range, to spread the word about Outschool and to spread the word about your classes. So hashtags are huge when it comes to Instagram. The other big thing about Instagram right now is utilizing Reels. Now, Instagram is directly competing with TikTok at this point, and they are really promoting their Reels, and you're able to expand your reach in a tremendous way by using Reels. Their algorithm right now is promoting all of these Reels, and you're really able to drive that traffic to what you're doing by creating Reels. Now, I'm going to link below in my description a link to my Instagram where you can take a look at my own Reels that will show you exactly how you could maybe promote one of your classes. I did this for my astronaut training class. I created a Reel and tried to make it as funny as possible, but also informative to parents to show what the class would be about. This is an easy way for you to drive traffic to people who maybe have never heard of Outschool or are looking for something in the topic that you teach for their learners. So Instagram by far has the most capability for you to promote your classes on any social media. And I highly suggest, if you haven't already created an online teaching Instagram, you should do so. Do it for your business, do it for you. Do it so that you can make those connections and those relationships with other online teachers. It helps you to learn from them and it helps them to learn from you too. Now, moving on to the next social media platform that you should be utilizing is Facebook. Now, Facebook to some is a negative world that they want to stay out of, but I do think it's really important for you to join any of the Outschool Facebook groups that are available to you. Joining groups like the Outschool Teacher Hub, the New and Future Outschool Teachers Group, the Outschool Online Learning Community. There's also an Outschool, an unofficial group for Class Swap for teaching, and you're able to utilize the community of online teachers that are on that platform to help you with your initial classes if you need to fill classes or get your first reviews in. This is a huge asset to you. And it doesn't mean that you have to actively participate in these Facebook groups. I do recommend that you market yourself if you see an opportunity that comes about. Maybe a parent is asking for a specific class, or Outschool gives you the ability to market for one of your classes on that Facebook group. But either way, I think that you should join them for insight. I'm a big fan of market research. If you are in my team membership, you know this. Market research is huge for growing and scaling your online teaching business, and your Facebook groups for Outschool are going to help you do this, but it's also going to allow you to expand your reach. You want to become involved. Sitting back and not becoming involved in the community isn't going to help you, and it's not going to hurt you to be involved. If anything, it's going to benefit you. It's just like creating an online teaching Instagram account. You want to become part of that community, and I think that by utilizing those Facebook groups, you should do that as well. Let's go ahead and move on to the next tip on how you should be marketing your online classes with Outschool. Another really great way for you to promote your classes for free is to utilize Pinterest. Pinterest is an absolutely huge asset to anyone creating a business. It's free traffic if you put the time into dedicating to making those pins. They're actually very easy to make. Canva gives you templates that you can utilize, and then you can upload them right into Pinterest and lead people directly to your classes. So there's a lot of ways that you can learn more about Pinterest, but I think that using Pinterest to promote your classes is a really excellent way for you to gain that traffic in other ways other than social media. Technically, I guess it might be considered social media, but it's a different way. It's a business-led social media. And I think that it's really important for you to consider creating pins all about your classes and then promoting them on Pinterest. The next tip that I have for ways that you can market your online classes is to create a blog. Create an online teaching blog. If you haven't considered doing this, this is something that I enjoy doing myself. I don't at this time promote my classes on my website because I'm sort of taking my business in another direction with coaching. But if I were at the beginning stages again of creating my online teaching business, this is something that I would have done. Instead of utilizing my blog for creating digital resources, I would have also added in there links to my Outschool classes. Now, make sure that you read over Outschool's guidelines for utilizing your blog or website, because it is important for you to know you do have to create your website so that the link does go back to Outschool's platform where your class description is. So make sure that you do it the correct way. Read over Outschool's guidelines. But I think that by promoting your classes on your website or your blog is a really easy way for you to also gain traffic, especially if you have the SEO set up right. You could utilize Pinterest to lead people to your blog, and then you have your blog on there where you have listed your classes with Outschool. They could click on one and it would take them right to your Outschool profile or right to the class description for the class that you are promoting. So a blog or a website is another great way for you to market your classes for online teaching. Now, at this point, you've learned a number of ways that you can utilize marketing strategies with social media, Pinterest, blogs, and websites so that you can increase the traffic and expand your reach for your online classes. While you wait for next week's video to come out all about online teaching, building your online teaching business, and creating stellar classes so that you can increase your re-enrollment rate, make sure that you check out these 2 videos so that you can also take a look at ways to internally market. Those videos are going to be super helpful for you so that you can figure out ways that you can stand out on your online teaching platform. Thank you for watching today's video, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.